I can't wait. I hope it's live for Financial Fitness Friday. I think, guys, I'm so sorry you saw that. I think Dave was trying to clean the screen. He was trying to. I think there was a little bit of a smudge, right? Yeah, right over there, and he was trying to lick it off like he used to do when he was in school.
I like Windex.
Yeah, bet you do. All right, guys. So, welcome to Financial Fitness Friday. A lot of crazy things going on, right? And I think one of the biggest or one of the most critical skills that we are lacking is our ability to decipher what is going on with the information and connecting the dots, right? Thinking critically is something that we have to get back to. It's gotta come back into focus. It's gotta be cool again. Why? Because so many people are just brainwashed by what you guys see on TV, what you see on the news. And what that does is depending on what your beliefs are, you're getting one view of the world or another view of the world. And the reality is if you just unplug, it's 100 and think critically, you don't get sucked into this shit. Dave, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's the team mentality, right?
Yeah.
It's this team over here versus this team. I take it a little further. I call it the Bloods and Crips mentality, right?
Yeah, I mean, basically, right?
Well, I mean, look, man, and it's eerily similar. It's it's right versus left. It's blue versus red. It's like, and if you look at it from a gangster point of view, it's, hey man, why are you on my turf? Hey man, like you don't belong here. Hey man, I don't like what you have to say. You don't look good. Those colors don't ride here. It's horseshit if you think about it. It's insane. And that's now mind you, it is a very small percentage because most people aren't down with that. But again, whether or not they say they are or not, let
me tell you something. You know what I see when I do my outdoor workout in the morning? I'm on my bike. I see every single neighbor. I don't care if they're black, white. I don't care if they're old or young, if they have kids, if they don't have kids, if they're walking their dogs. I literally I ride my bike or I run in the morning. Everybody waves. Everyone says hello. If anyone wants to stop and have a conversation, that's cool. Neighborhoods taken care of. Like the disconnect, guys, is somewhere between what you're watching on the news, right, and constantly burying your head in these things, right? And I know that it's kind of ironic because you're on that thing listening to us, and I'm just telling you. But here's what I'll tell you: we've had a lot of projects going on with my company. I've had a lot of things going on personally over the last, let's say, 2-3 months. Okay. Things that most people would not be able to handle. Like what I've done in the last 3 months is probably what someone does in a 3-year time period. And that is not saying anything. It's not a reflection on my abilities. It's my reflection on how I constantly overestimate, right, how easy shit's going to be, right? I just take on massive amounts of stuff.
Crazy.
No, it's the truth, right? But here's what I'm telling you, like, because I took on so much, it's very, very stressful, and I'm starting to feel the effects of that. And one of the biggest things that have helped me break away from a little bit more stress, worry, confusion, okay, is one, obviously praying, and then two, getting away from electronics, being outside as much as possible, hanging out with my family. That is critical, right? And when you do that, it allows you to reset, and then you can come back and think about things in a different lens or a different viewpoint, right? Like how many times do you guys have a problem that you, for whatever reason, it's very difficult to solve? You take a step back, and then all of a sudden, when you go back to it, that was easy. What was it? It was a second set of eyes. It was, hey, you broke that pattern. Okay. Dave, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, man, 100%. I mean, it's when you're focusing on, first of all, you got to take care of yourself, man. And when you're focusing on yourself inward, to the outward, it's a game changer. Like you just said, gratitude's everything.
Yeah.
Thankful for what we have. As much as it sucks sometimes, or a lot of times, running a business every day, like we have so many moving parts too. And the crazy thing is, these parts are gonna, and I was just talking about this with our team before we came on here, they're all gonna mesh together at once. Then it's wheel's gonna keep spinning, and you need that time to reflect. The gratitude. Why? Like, why are we doing this? Right?
Mm-hmm.
To impact people. It's not only to impact clients that we serve, it's also creating opportunities for people on our team, on our ecosystem, but again, man, you got to take care of yourself. Like that gratitude's everything. Staying in shape, being healthy, these are things that, we might repeat it all the time, but it doesn't get any easier than that. There's no secret sauce. There's no special pill. Okay. Just deal with the heart, and it's left foot, right foot, man. One foot in front of the other. That's it.
That's such an underused term, but it's so true. Just take the next step, and then the next step, and then the next step. And people discount that a lot, right? And it's funny because the people that actually wind up doing the thing understand that all they did was take that first step, analyze, and take another step, and then just keep stair stepping it, right? But hey, one of the things I want to talk to you guys about too is like, hey, when you guys see stuff, like there's been a lot of things in the news lately, right? A lot of things in the news that are not normally in the news. Okay. And when things don't make sense, you have to follow the money. Okay. That's what I wanted to get out to you guys. Last week it was a little bit crazy. And then because we had an assassination attempt on a former president, right? And there's all these mixed stories coming out. Well, the point is, if you guys actually go through the stories and dig a little bit under the surface and start following the money, it's going to get very clear what's going on. And so that's the other part of unplugging is if you unplug and you're not getting the left filter, the right filter, okay, you're outside, and then you step back to these things, it allows you to actually critically think and not be so attached, to all of these little outcomes that guys are meant to drive you crazy, just constantly seeing that stuff in the news. Dave, how do you watch it? You definitely don't watch the news.
No, I don't watch any mainstream media because it's all it's bullshit on both sides.
I can't.
Yeah, it's one-sided, man. You can't have things so inflated on one side, right? Like what is I forget even what they call it, but the logo for the justice system, right? It's not Lady Liberty, it's I forget the name, but what is she holding in her hand for balance, right? Almost like a triple beam. It's supposed to be level on both sides. You don't have that in mainstream media, so that thing is just gonna go like one way or the other, man.
Yep.
And you have to take that information. You almost have to look at it, and if you look at it from both sides. Most of it's bullshit anyway, but again, look at independent media is gonna take over, man. Find some people you resonate with, compare and contrast to other people.
Yeah.
And you can dissect information that way of, hey, how much of this is honest reporting that this person's telling? How much of this honest reporting is this person telling? What facts are backing that up? Facts and truth, right? Reality. Everybody's in this mentality of, okay, well, they just say something, I'll believe it. That's my guy. That's my news reporter. That's my network.
Yeah.
It's not like that today. And honestly, it's probably hasn't been that way for decades.
Yeah. True, man.
Yeah, it's insane, man. It's changing though. You see the shift, and like you said, man, people are people, bro. Like we had great conversation last night at a networking event, man. And there was, and the conversation we were having, like we're all from different backgrounds. We're all from different ethnicities, and we listened to each other, and it was awesome, dude. It was cool. And then we're hugging and a high five and afterwards and cracking jokes on each other because these are people that we interact with all the time together, man. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, and that shit doesn't really matter, dude. That's all small-minded thinking. It really is.
100%, man. Well, listen, appreciate you guys tuning in. All right. We will catch you on Mindset Monday. And have a great weekend, everybody. And unplug. Do one thing. Take away one thing from this. Fucking unplug. It changes the game. I promise you.
Turn it off. Be great.
Dude, I've been doing it. I've been doing it at night. I have not touched my phone like past 8 o'clock now. Granted, the next day, I'm waking up with more notifications than should be allowed. But unplugging at the massive like game changer.
You're the time master, man. You got it.
Yeah. I don't know if, dude, I'm not the top. Why won't this fucking thing end?